historic venues in college football. Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. It's the Boston College Eagles and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Here in South Bend, this is one of the most revered college campuses and college football shrines. You know, touchdown Jesus, all of the excitement at Notre Dame Stadium. You hear the echoes of the Irish every time you step on the field. Guys?
Appreciate that, Holly. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. The Eagles' offense will get first crack at it here. These two teams don't exactly love each other, and man, did they trade blows back and forth the last time they met.
Yeah, Reese, don't love each other is an understatement. They severely dislike each other, and that's how it should be. And last game, man, it was back and forth, back and forth. You didn't know who was going to win. Who's mentally prepared for this ball game? Who can handle the emotions, Palmer, early to start this game?
Yeah, that's the great thing about rivalry games like this. When these two teams play each other, it's like two heavyweight fighters trading haymakers, and ultimately it comes down to which guy, which team is standing last.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking downfield, it's McKenzie. Rush right in his face. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Just a short pass to the tight end. Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. They drag him down, and good coverage that time by the special team. So Notre Dame's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country, and how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make a play? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And, I mean,
wide open spaces. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
The defense there to make the stop, and he barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give on the counter. Got him right there. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field, did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys, to use their speed against them.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
Takes the handoff. It's Dickens. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Sets his feet. It's McKenzie. And the quarterback goes down at College will send out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the grab close to the logo. And they'll stop him right there on the return. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Looking for the edge. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And a nice job by the offense picking up the blitz, understanding that extra guy was coming, and creating just a little bit of a hole for that running back to slither through and get some positive yards.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Play action, C.J. Carr. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The Eagles offense now ready to start the drive. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Looking downfield, it's McKenzie. Setting up the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
And I like what the offense did right there. A lot of times on first down, you're thinking run, right? Like be aggressive, come downhill, try to take advantage of the defense. It wasn't a big play, but that will slow this defense down a little bit and just remind them they have to play those screens.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or 2. They'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Drives inside. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Snapped it, and he has to have it. And that one falls incomplete. Huge stand by the defense.
It's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
A run for the quarterback. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Leaves it with the back. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Here's Carr to throw. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you could tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the end.
And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Straight ahead, it's Mobley. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And I'm not surprised with the run, and I'm not going to be surprised if they run it again, right? This offense now set up. They've put a drive together, first and goal. Who can be more physical? The line of scrimmage is critically important when the field starts to shrink. Let's see who can bow up and make a play here.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
On the run from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. What a return that one was. 95 yards. He took it back for 6. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The run inside. It's Coleman Williams. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. For some teams, the road into the top 25 can be a little more treacherous than for others. And once you get there, you've got to convince the rest of the country you deserve to stay.
And I think that's what's next for this squad. They've earned the right to get in the top 25. People are noticing what they're doing. Now, let's continue to build on it because they haven't proven they're a top 10 team, and they want to get to that point.
Yeah, let's stay hungry. Let's not be satisfied with the fact that we just broke into the top 25. Let's get in the top 20, top 15, top 10. Let's make the college football playoff. Don't want to get ahead of your skis here too early. It's a nice thing to be inside the top 25 now, but you want to continue to get better.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Punt is in the air. Trying to get started. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
To the air, it's McKenzie. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody to...
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Play clock was getting close to 0, and they have to burn a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Catch is made at the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Here come the Irish back on offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Throwing. Carr. With the catch, it's Flanagan. Makes the grab down immediately. He picks up a few. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Carr on play action. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gilbert. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. Notre Dame explosive in the passing game. Let's see what they do here. Motion from the wide receiver. Sells to run, looking to pass. Almost picked off.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Quick give. It's Danzy. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Carr. Under pressure. Out wide right, it's Williams. Gets it all the way inside the 20. To the 19 before being hauled down. Notre Dame comes to the line that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, it's Coleman Williams. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
To the air, it's Carr. Complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! The running attack gets it done and produces 6.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Fresh center downs going to the air. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week too. So you need some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. Stepping to the right. He'll pull it down. And the flag comes in as this one falls incomplete. Let's see what the call is. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense defines and stands on the result of the play. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We begin with Iowa taking on the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Motion from the wideout. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gilbert. Still on his feet at the 45. Caught, and he's got room. Boy. defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Snagged in the middle. It's Flanagan. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush, but with his speed and his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. That last completion still leaving them with a 3rd down. Just going to keep it after the snap. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And this kicker might be feeling it. He made one earlier, now from 49 yards out. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Their first possession of this 3rd quarter, still trailing. Defense did just force a field goal, and we'll see if they can grab some momentum with this drive. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Pulled to the ground.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Boston College will send out the punt team. Making his first move. Gets away from one. He's got space. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
The defense was dialed in. They knew exactly what they were doing. They weren't fooled by it. They weren't fooled by the read game at all. Played discipline, kept eyes on the quarterback, strung that along towards the sideline, and made the big tackle.
Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll ride him again. Stopped right at the 42-yard line as this defense forces a 4th down. The Irish send out the punt unit. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last last time they had it and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking to pass. It's McKenzie. And he is snowed under. Get the 7.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Second down, going to throw it. Throws for the tight end. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. What a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Trying to make magic with his feet. Did the work himself. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. And the Eagles will have it 1st and 10. Making the adjustment. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. This Boston College offense has it working. Snap on first down, wants to throw. They'll run the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
And that's a really good play by this defense because you want to run a screen offensively when they're blitzing. When they bring pressure, you can throw it right over the top, get it to them, get some space, but they stayed home just enough there to make the play and get the tackle for a loss.
Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short. Teams want to make their move in the rankings. And we're just about ready to go with the final quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. To throw, it's McKenzie. Unloads in the nick of time.
Tough sledding for this quarterback now. You're trailing, you're in the second half. Defense knows you've got to throw it. You're going to have to sit in the pocket under duress and start making throws in tight windows. It's not an easy situation by any stretch, but big-time players make big plays in big games.
Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That's exactly the start you want when you're on offense. In this situation, 4-minute offense, I'm not worried about scoring. I'm not worried about getting a bunch of first downs. I need 2. I need 2 first downs, and I'm going to let that clock tick, and I walk out of here with the W.
Turning it on. The 40. A massive pickup on that one. business at the 21. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Trying to get the corner. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
Defense all over him.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Quarterback keeper. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Just drives it between the uprights. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
So the Boston College offense makes its way onto the field. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. Fires a bullet, now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not...
Got some room to run. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Hits inside. It's Danzy. Oh, he's got some space. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's 1st down. They'll run it. It's Williams. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Here's Carr to throw. Makes the catch. And he was close to scoring with that one. Defense runs him out of bounds at the 3.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up 3rd down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
Hoping to move the chains. Here comes Notre Dame on 4th. Needs it. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. The punishment has been extended. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
To the air, it's McKenzie. And that defense gets to him, and goes at the 9.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks? That's just ridiculous.
They're going to get him for a safety. Try. Something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
And that's the exclamation point right there. It's been a bad day, man. This offense, they're going to have to find some answers over the next couple of weeks, especially the next week in practice, of who they are, what their identity is, because all they've done today is struggle around and now give up points.
Quickly to the tight end. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. And you want that clock to run. There he goes. He's at the 30. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Huge play puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. To the ground, he's got it again. Could be an alley. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
They make fun of kickers saying they don't have to worry about contact, but they do in situations like that. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Looking to throw, it's McKenzie. Fires to the big fella. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game. But as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game. Taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
Fresh set of downs going up top. Makes the grab.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
Breaks into the open. Slides, avoids the punishment, and picks up the 1st down. Boston College wants to play fast. Wants to throw one first. Throws to the back. Catch in the middle. It's Dickens. Timeout called by the Eagles. It's their 1st. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Timed him perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Burrowing for yardage. At the 20, he's got space. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Back's got it on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Sells to fake. Just too much heat that time. Knock him down at the 31.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have.
And the defense gets one. Bringing the heat, and down he goes again. This is why the passion of college football runs so deep. The rivalries, and when you lose, man, does it stick with you.
No doubt about it, Reese. This was a game circled for a very, very long time. They knew how important this one was. But, David, you can't let games like this beat you twice because this losing team now has to find a way to rebound and go out and play again.
No doubt, got to rebound, but this one stings. This is the one that you have circled for a reason. It's a rival, it's bragging rights, but you're right. Let's get back to practice this next week. Let's start focusing. This one's over, but I'm going to get you next year.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.